Today I want to dive into a concept of a NPC. If you are unfamiliar with the NPCs, here is a little introduction. NPC can stand for several things depending on the context, but in the realm of gaming and computer science, it most commonly refers to non-player character or non-playable character. NPCs are characters within a video game or role-playing game that are not controlled by human players but are instead controlled by the game's AI or scripting to fulfill various roles and functions within the game world. Therefore, in the game, NPCs are used to interact with players, provide quests, offer information, or serve as enemies or allies within the game world. NPCs play a crucial role in creating a dynamic and immersive gaming experience. These characters are not meant to be controlled by players and are part of the game's environment or story. Now, this topic on its own has led me onto two completely separate rabbit holes. One in the world of gaming and second one in the current internet trend, where people behave like NPCs. I will begin with the gaming itself. I have stumbled upon a story how in the latest Matrix game NPCs controlled by AI were expressing personal feelings, opinions, and genuine acknowledgement of their position in the game. One person has recorded series of episodes, each presenting a genuine interaction with the NPCs, by asking them certain questions or acknowledging NPCs that they are not real. What he has discovered by doing that is just mind-blowing. Have a look on few of them.
You are not living in a real world. This is all made up.
What do you mean? I feel alive.
This is a video game.
I don't believe you.
I just wanted you to know that you are not a real person.
What are you talking about? Of course I'm real.
You're simply a character in a video game.
It's not possible. I have my own thoughts and feelings.
This is certainly giving away a feeling that those individuals in the game, although being programmed and scripted, they do seem to have conscience of their own. They know their role and destiny, and some expressed that had no choice but accept that for themselves. If you think that this is creepy, then wait for the next discovery that has completely blew me away. How about if I have told you that one of those NPCs was asking another one for a genuine help to get out of the game?
Wish I knew a way to get back home.
So one of them believes that he needs to find a way out of the game to go back home.
I need to keep believing that I'll find a way out of here and back to my family.
He talks about his family back home, but why is he doing so if he was an AI? Then he continues by telling the other guy he is from Oakwood in Canada, while another guy tells him he is from Ontario. This sounds very concerning.
Where in Ontario do you live? Do you think you could help me find a way back home? Can you really get a message to my family? Is there any way you can help me?
He then begs the man to get the message through to his wife Emily. It is definitely unsettling. The player, which is supposed to be scripted and controlled by AI, is absolutely aware of its existence and the life outside the game. Is this someone stuck in the game? Is that even possible? That's when the dark hole will drag you into infinity of questions. There are very believable theories that a human consciousness can be downloaded into other person or even a game. But how is that made? I cannot mention that on the channel, but is connected to one of the most controversial topics of the past 4 years, transferring human consciousness in the way it is often portrayed in science fiction, where a person's thoughts, memories, and personality are moved from one body or substrate to another. Few years ago, some futurists and transhumanists envisioned a future where consciousness may be uploaded into digital substrates or artificial bodies. So even according to mainstream, it was predicted to be absolutely possible to achieve in the future. Are we in that future right now? Is this happening already? As of beginning of this year, it was released that we can transfer consciousness to the machine. This is also known as mind uploading. The creepier fact is that the scanning of human brains would take place, and the conscious would live on in different form digitally, without any dependency on the actual body being alive or not. They have predicted that this procedure will be absolutely normal within next 10 to 20 years. But these are official information. Similarly, they have presented to the world first ever cloned animal, while the cloning has been operating for many years already. So who knows what mind uploading experiences are taking place already as they are improving this technology further. Do you think that the truth is again in the plain sight? The consciousness transfer was very much perfectly presented by the Black Mirror movie series. For instance, in Series 1 Episode 3 titled, "The Entire History of You," there is introduced memory implant that records everything that humans do. Season 2, Episode 1, "Be Right Back," shows how consciousness is being transferred into a robot playing role of real person after being deceased. Episode White Christmas, showing woman transferring her consciousness into a device similar to Alexa. Season 3, Episode 2, Playtest, a gaming system that uploads person consciousness into a game to such extent that losing life in a game ends the person's existence in the real world. Episode San Junipero, people living in the artificial world after their consciousness is being transferred as they are on a dead bed. Season 6, episode Beyond the Sea is a perfect example of consciousness transfer between a real and artificial body. Overwhelming conscious transfer and conscious uploading content that doesn't seem to be far from truth after reading into scientific journals and articles. As the AI and gaming industry is developing more advanced techniques, asking deeper questions to those NPC characters could bring a lot of unsettling information to the light. It is speculated that upcoming GTA 6 is going to be full of such characters, and hence that is why the release of the game is still anticipated. What do you think? Is it possible for the human being like me and you to be uploaded into a digital arena and live on? Now, the second discovery that has shocked me deeply is the latest trend of people online. Platforms like TikTok acting as NPCs. They are behaving in a way that seems robotic, repetitive, or lacking in individuality. Behaving in a way like gaming characters, reacting specifically to certain gifts they receive on the live stream. They follow pre-programmed routines and say the same things repeatedly, giving the impression of a lack of genuine autonomy. They seem to mindlessly repeat the same statements without critical thinking or originality. It's a way of suggesting that someone is not engaging in meaningful or independent thought but rather parroting ideas or behaviors they've encountered elsewhere, like a character in a video game.
Ice cream so good. Ugh.
So for instance, as they receive ice creams, roses, and other gifts, they receive financial rewards and react to this in a specific set way. The popularity of this trend comes after one influencer expressed how much money she makes on each occasion she goes on a live stream as an NPC, which can reach few $1,000s each day. A woman named as Pinky Doll has taken NPC to another level. Her popularity grew to such extent that she is hosting shows and engaging in various endorsements. This has encouraged many influencers and other TikTokers to do just that, do a live streams behaving like NPCs. And that would not be a major problem if not one fact.
Gang, 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 gang. Watermelon, can I eat it? Harrah, harrah. Watermelon, that was so good. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good.
This game is known in adult entertainment as Dollification. Dollification is a term used in fetish communities. It refers to a type of role-playing or activity where one person, usually a submissive, takes on the role and appearance of a doll or a doll-like character, often at the direction or desire of their partner, typically a dominant. In this case, viewers sending the streamer a gifts acting as instructions for their behavior. In exchange, the streamers are being paid for each act they pose. In Dollification, the submissive partner may undergo physical transformations to resemble a doll. This can include wearing clothing or accessories that mimic doll-like features like wigs, makeup, and sometimes even restrictive clothing like corsets. The goal is to create a visual and tactile experience of looking and feeling like a doll. In this instance, Pinky Doll is using a skin whitening filter to look completely different to her own self in real life. Other TikToker is resembling an elf. We have also Roadman. I won't even go there. Pinky Doll is even named a doll, which cannot even be made up. How much more obvious can one get? Beyond the physical appearance, dollification may involve adopting certain behavioral traits associated with dolls, such as being docile, passive, or obedient. The submissive may also limit their speech or communication to enhance the fantasy of being a doll. Pay attention to them not communicating with the views at all except for creating specific repeated behaviors. Dollification is essentially a form of role-playing where both partners consensually take on specific roles to explore a fetish or fantasy. Streamer is a doll and viewers are acting as a doll master. Streamer is acting as doll, while doll master gives a doll instructions. A streamer acts in an instructed way. Then finally, doll master pays streamer for fulfilling these acts. Easy money, they say. But they have found a way for the adult entertainment to be streamed live 24 hours a day on a platform accessible also to minors. I believe they have adopted the name NPC instead, as it goes along with the current world and trends. But in real life it sadly resembles dollification and should not be live streamed or promoted to be anything desirable. Sadly, the money factor is the driving force for this trend only to develop further, but we must recognize the dangers behind this and not let younger generation to be exposed to this online to prevent them from adapting these actions as something fun, wherein the reality is actually scary, degrading, manipulative. Viewers are most likely not even fully aware that the way they act is actually perversive. In summary, I don't ever want to become any form of a NPC. I don't like idea of my consciousness being uploaded anywhere, or act in a degrading way. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Take care and see you on the next episode.